Right, so I've started on the panel, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mount points, and it's a spider web in the middle, so it comes down, you can see it. It's got a bow in the middle. I'll have to put some drain points down there to go through. The back behind it, which will be curved in the opposite direction, there'll be a spare wheel mount point, just like on old-fashioned cars. But the idea is, my friend suggested always making sure that these are made symmetrical. So that's why I've started in the one that's in the middle, and then I will do the left and the right at the same time and make sure that I have to make sure that they overlap, because you want to make sure that water doesn't come in. But I'm actually quite surprised at how high this has come up here. It means that this one is going to come up quite high as well when it comes to one of those O's over here. The key thing about these is I had to make sure, I don't know if you could see in there, you have to make sure you can actually get on both sides to the nut and the bolt. So you can't put the bolt in the where a bamboo rods are going to be, yet the one behind it, the bracket behind it, has to be epoxied or araldited or superglued on, and then wrapped to make sure it's not going to come off. But this one needs to be very strongly epoxied into the likewise needs to be epoxied into the actual panel itself, because this is what's going to be stopping things from moving about. I did consider putting a bamboo rod from there to there, but I'm hoping that the actual panel itself will actually do the job of stopping this moving about. If you remember, this is the bit that was shuffling about. We had the never-ending 6mm gap on. Sigh. So each of these has been put in such a way that the pair of the brackets, when there is the cloth is on here, you'll be able to still, from the other side, obviously get in at that, insert the bolt, just about get up at the nut. I was thinking, how do I embed the nut into something that it will just stay there and effectively act as a spanner. I thought, I've got a 3D printer. So I can make something that, and for anybody who's made 3D printers using 3D printers, it is perfectly normal to create hexagonal sockets into which nuts can be slotted, effectively acting as an in situ spanner and nut holder. So yeah, again, this one here, it's covered up with tape. The actual nut is covered with tape. What I don't want is, when I'm gluing and epoxying this these in, the last thing you want is A, for them to stick to each other, and B, to stick the damn nut and bolt in place. Sigh. Okay, so once I've completed this, you can see I'm onto the second rail already behind here, and I'm putting in pieces that go in between that as uprights to keep them in separation. Here as well as a separation part. Don't think there's one behind there. Might have to add one. Oh no, there's two here. There's one there. There's one on that side, hidden underneath there. There's one in the middle here. So, but you can see that it's, if I go back far enough, you can see that it is sort of a, certainly this lower half is a triangular sort of thing. It's not random. I've made sure that there are plenty of triangles, but it is a curve shape in two dimensions. It's been kind of fun, but I'm just basically following the pipes, and the idea is that airflow will come down here and then roll off the top there. So it come over the top thing and then dump and roll off. It'll be fun. And finally, at long last, once this is on and covered, you'll actually be able to see shape rather than through it and see pipes that confuse the hell out of the visual explanation of what on earth is going on here. Thank you.